Alright, it is Sunday Funday, and as you all recall, you all remember my Model A, and those that are new to this site, well, I don't know, go back and watch the videos. I had 4 2 barrels on this car. I finished this car. I don't want to count the first year because the first year, but anyway, yeah, I guess I'll just count it. It's been, if I don't drive this car this summer, it'll be 3 years since it's been finished. The first year, I'm saying I'm not counting it because I sent it out to get some upholstery work done. Then I was fiddling with it, so by the time it got back, it was getting late in the year anyway, and I just couldn't get it going, and I didn't care. The second year, which was last year, I thought I'll get this thing running. Couldn't get it. We went over it and over it and over it, and it just wouldn't work right. And I don't know, we tried everything from changing distributors to timing to coils to plugs to wires to you name it, we changed it. And I don't know what it was, because the intake fired up and worked fine. You just could never drive the car. You could never hold it at a steady speed. I know the car has not got a lot of vacuum in the engine. As much as it doesn't sound that raunchy, it's only got like 9 or 10 on the vacuum gauge. That's all it's reading at. So the gentleman that built the intake for me said, well, you want to see at least like 10 to 12 on there. So maybe that was the issue, but anyway, I just couldn't deal with it no more. I wanted to drive my car, so I went for the next best thing, in my opinion, because you got to have more than one carburetor, because one carburetor just means you're getting old. That's all it means. Anyway, so changed it out, and we've got dual 4s on here now. That's the look we got, dual 4s. So whether it's as cool looking as the other way, I don't know. But today what I'm doing is I'm doing an oil change on it. Got to remount my coil up on the firewall. Because I had pulled all the valve covers, I checked the valve springs, push rods, everything, thinking there was something there. 180 pounds compression across the board, no push rods bent. Just changed a fuel pump, couldn't get it to go. So the last thing I could think about was, I don't know, the gentleman that built the intake, he said maybe it's a vacuum issue, and I just was done with it. So I want the dual 4s, and it runs like a dream now. I haven't driven it yet, but I mean, I can hold it steady, revving it up. It fires right up. It idles nice and, just a little choppy like it should. So this is what I'm kind of working on today. I'll show you the air cleaners. Where are they? And if anyone out there, seriously, if anybody out there right now has got one, I would really put the word out to your guys. So this one's not the greatest. I'm not going to run it today. I'm just going to run them little round, cheap, nasty, ugly, trans-stacked ones. But here's what I want to run. Now this here is a vintage Cal custom scoop, and from what I can understand, it was made in 1968. It's got a little wider mouth thing, so it'll, with a spacer, it'll fit on my carburetors. Now you can't, I don't know if you can see the number there. So there's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a Cal, see that, California Customs accessory, number 40-40. I don't care what the condition is, unless it's really badly pitted. This one I'm going to re-chrome. It's got some minor pitting, but that'll chrome up nice. So these are what's going to go on there, but for right now, I'm just going to run these cheap and nasty, which these are all right for under the hood. Look, somebody out there's probably got these on the car and going to hate me. Whoop! But I don't like these. They don't suit what I'm doing here. But I got to run an air cleaner, a filter. I can't leave it running without it. So I'm looking for something like this. Please, if anyone finds one or knows of one, there is one right now on eBay. And of course I don't cross the line, but the gentleman has got one on eBay and he will not ship to Canada. So anyway, I got to put my spacer in there, so just bear with me here. Just visualize this. How can I sit there? It won't hit the other one. I've got it way too far forward. It needs a spacer. Look at that. So that's still, I wanted this car to look like it was built at like early 60s. That still makes it early 60s. Those back in that room there, no. They look like cheap, nasty. They're good for under. I'll use those on that car when I put the dual 4s on the 409. So I didn't waste my money. I'll put them on that car because I won't be popping the hood. I don't care. But on this car, they're going to look shitty. But this is what I'm looking for, people. Anyone out there can help me find one, I would appreciate it. I've messaged a few people on Iron Horse Garage. I messaged him, a few people out there that haven't gotten back to me. So hopefully someone's got something. But yeah, so we're draining the oil on that. And then we've got Sean. Yeah, we're just tag teaming them today. Tag teaming them. Sean Sean's working his magic on my shoebox, getting the other side done. So he's going to get this rocker done and this quarter done into first primer. These quarters are so big, that's like half the car. There'll be 2 of them done. So, super stoked over that. Huh? Right? Yeah. All right. So, I'm super excited. There's my 40 Plymouth. I put it back together. You remember the one I bought? There it is. I finished it all. It's all together, see? Businessman's Coupe. That's mine. Oh, wait a minute. No. There's mine over there. Sorry, guys. But that is the same car as mine. So anyway, I'm working on this bad boy today. I'm having a good time. Sean's working away. And we're just having fun. So, yeah. I'm going to mount my coil while I let the oil. I'm going to let the oil just let it drip for a while. It's been sitting all winter. I can smell it's got some gas in there. You know, from sitting around in that other intake on there. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to clean this bad boy up, and then next thing I got to do is get it down to my buddy at the exhaust shop, because he's got to change my tailpipes. They're banging on my suspension. You literally can't, you can drive it the way it is, but you can and you can't. You just hit this, like if I hit that garden hose over there, if I came in here and ran that garden hose over, you know, if that was something on the road, we'll say, I'm going down the road doing 40 or 50, I hit that, all you hear is ba-bang! That's how loud the pipes are hitting in the back, so they got to be fixed. So I got to get that fixed. I'm going to phone him up. I should have phoned him this week and I forgot, so I'll try and get hold of him for next week and see if he can't do it the week after, just change up my tailpipes, and then it's driving around and just, you know, brakes are going to need resetting up. There's going to be little things that are going to need doing, right? So I don't expect to be, you know, I'm just going to, you know, keep it close to the neighborhood, cruising around, but running wise, I'll show you here in a bit in this video. She's just running like a dream. Now, it was 2 choices. You know, now the next thing I got to do is I got to put this beautiful flathead that's 302 horse at 4,000 RPM, and I think it was 400 foot-pounds of torque or something. I would love to have that. But having this sitting here next to this right now, that's mecca. That's just beyond belief. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Anyway. Okay. That's what I'm working on, guys. So I'm going to get back on this. The other thing I got to do to this car, though, but I'm not doing it right now, is I do need to take the oil pan off. I think I told you guys this. I bought an oil pan. They said, oh, yeah, these oil pans measure the stock height. They're whatever they were. I forget, 7.5 inches or something like that. It's proper. I got the oil pan. I wasn't paying attention when I saw the pictures. The plug is on the bottom of the oil pan. That's the first thing I don't like, because the plug itself is like 1/8 of an inch hanging down. Put this thing in here, and I mocked all this engine and tranny up when I put it in here, and I had a good 4 inches of clearance off the ground, which to some people's not a lot, but to me I was like, oh, I'm okay with that. All right, just walk, you know, be careful on speed bumps, walk it sideways. I put this pan on, and I'm sitting back one day and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, God, that oil plug, it looks like it's getting bigger and bigger. It wasn't. It's just when I took a measurement of the pan, when I actually measured this pan to a stock pan, this pan is exactly 1 inch deeper than my factory one. That they said, and they say right online the measurements, and the measurements they give you online are not the measurements of this pan. I can't remember. I'm going to be guessing here and might be lying to you when I say this, but I'm certain my pan is 7.5 inches or something like that. And I think this one measures in, I think it's 7.5, and this one measures at 8 1/4, and then it's got the plug hanging down below that. So basically, it's an inch lower. So I got to be extremely careful with this pan. I can drive around town on the roads and all that, but anyway, I'm just not going to do it right now. I'm dumping the oil because it needs fresh oil. I just want to leave it. I want to take it out, and I'll rip the pan off it here in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Right now, I've got other things I'm more concerned about. My exhaust, making sure the brakes are working. That's more concerned because there's a certain car show I'm trying to get this thing to, which I was trying to get it to last year, and it's just a must that I get it to this year, and that car show's like 3 or 4 weeks away, and I'm not going to fuck with the pan right now. Okay, I'm going to go play, and we'll see in a bit. Okay, well, we got our coil all mounted back on there. We finished our oil change on it. We cleaned up our engine. I waxed up all the chrome. Made sure the antifreeze was good and full. Checked the transmission fluid. I even got underneath and checked the diff fluid one more time. Polished up my headers. The ceramic coated So I've got this ceramic coating stuff, but I've ran out from Summit Racing, but I also use this stuff, Mother's Mag Aluminum wheel polish, and it works really nice. Actually, you can see all the black on the rag from it. So got that done, cleaned up all 4 of my wheels, waxed them all, put a little bit of a tire shine on my tires. Again, I used Meguiar's on that. I usually put it on, then I leave it for like 10 minutes or so. I go do something else, then I come with a rag and I wipe off the excess. I don't just leave it on there, because then it sprays all over the vehicle when you drive. So I wipe off the excess, and then I polish up my chrome wheels. Yeah. So now the body has to be all cleaned up and waxed, but what I'm going to do before that is I usually do in the interior. So I'm going to get in there and vacuum it out and clean all my windows and shit like that. Get all that done. I said I was underneath the car. I went underneath it. I checked everything out. Everything seems to be tight. I wanted to double check everything was tight under there. You know, all your bolts, your suspension, everything. I did see I was missing a grease nipple on the tie rod. I don't know where it went. There's grease in it, but the nipple was gone, so that's a bit odd. Anyway, I put another one in. Made sure distributor was tight. Plug wires are on good. Just ran it now, so I'm going to recheck the oil once it cools down. Make sure it's right on full. I don't trust this dipstick only because it's an aftermarket one. And I've dealt with these aftermarket dipsticks before, and sometimes they read lower, or I should say they read full and they're not. You know, you do a small block Chevy oil change, usually you take a liter in your oil filter and then the other 4 liters in the engine, right? Depending on what kind of pan you've got on it. I've had them before where you fill up the oil filter, because I usually put a 1/4 to a 1/2 in the oil filter. I just do. So I usually do that, and then I put like another 4 to 4.5, so I know I got 5 liters in it. And I've had it where I've started them up before, and the thing says it's, you know, just way out of whack. So don't trust the dipsticks. Yeah, so I'm going to let that, well, I'm going to clean the inside. By the time I get the inside cleaned up, this will be cooled down. I'll check the oil. We'll see how Mr. Sean is doing over here. I got to get some gas in this bad boy too. Doesn't need the high premium gas, but it needs at least mid-grade for sure with the cam in it. Well, he's locked himself in here to get away from the heat. It's like 31 here right now, I think. How's it going? Oh, wow, look at that. Lovely. Yeah, looking good. Wow, wow.
I'm not even confident.
No, I know, but that's all good. Okay. Yeah, it's coming along. Great. Thank you. It's nice to have Sean around. He likes the hours. He likes working. He's a machine. The man is a machine. I don't know what to say about him. You know, the guy never takes a day off. What can I say? But none of us do. We're always playing with cars. I'm either playing with my stuff on the weekend, and well, I spend one day at the wife, and Sean's always working on stuff, and Mike's at home working on his own stuff. He's got an old little 54 Ford he likes cruising around in. It was his grandpa's that he found and got it back, and it's his now, and he's playing with that. And we're car guys here. We're just car crazy. Isn't that a show? Car Crazy? Isn't that the guy with the big mustache or whatever? I'm not a fan of his, Dennis Cage. Sorry, probably just insulted somebody, but not a fan of his. Anyway, yeah. So I'm going to get back to cleaning the inside of the car, and away we go. Okay, well, I got my one air cleaner that they did send me on. I mean, they're not the worst looking things, but they're not for me. Just my opinion. Got her all waxed up, retorqued all the wheels, went through every bolt on the suspension, shocks, everything. Lifted up in the air, just went through all of it. Like I said, checked all the fluids. And just readjusted all the brakes, took it around the block twice, adjusted up the brakes, that's it. And here, I'll let you hear it. She should just fire right up here. Temperature when you drive it sits at around 150. I always make sure it's in gear. There we go. Be curious to see what she sounds like when I uncap the headers. I do got the inserts that go in there, but to be honest with you, it's just so loud it drives me nuts. That's it. I'm happy with what got done there today. I'm gonna put her away in her hole over there. I made up a tool bag for it. I put it in the back. I got some rags and paper towel and detailer and glass cleaner in there. I'm just getting it set up so when I start driving it, I got everything in there. So I'm gonna be getting going here. So next weekend, there won't be a Sunday Funday because I'm away with the wife. We're taking off camping. And then as soon as I get home from camping, I'm going to insure the car. I don't see no point in insuring it this week. There's no point. I'm going to be going back to work here on Tuesday. I'm not going to drive it anywhere, and we leave Thursday camping. So, yeah, I would sooner just leave the insurance. I'm probably going to put, what are we on now, June, July, August, September. Yeah, I'll put 4 months on it. Then it'll run out at the end of September or beginning of October, whenever. And those are good months. So, yeah. Super stoked here, people. And Sean, he finished up on the quarter panel. He never finished it, but he's got it like, I don't know, probably 60-65% ready before he's going to put first primer on it. So I'm happy with that. So yeah, it wasn't a bad day today, not at all. So we will catch you next time. Sorry for the boring video, but that's okay, because it's hard for me to get ambitious to work on a Sunday when it's so beautiful out and so warm. I mean, it's 32 right now. 32, I've got a deck calling my name with a TV and a fan on it and a fridge next to me full of Coca-Colas in the glass bottle, bottled water, some beers. I'm good to go. So, I don't know. It's 4 o'clock. I'm heading in. Catch you later.